and most of these are Blu-rays. So for you Blu-ray snobs, this is your video. Hey everybody, today's video once again brings us down here into the library because we have the last of the Florida pickups to take a look at, and most of these are Blu-rays. So for you Blu-ray snobs, this is your video. These all come from a friend of mine who lives outside of Tampa, and you may remember back in September when my family and I were down in Walt Disney World, I took a day off from the parks, drove out to Tampa, and raided my friend's collection because he was selling most of it off. Now, at the time, I really only had a budget of $100, which was a good budget, but that was it. That's all I could spend. I could not go over 100, and I spent every last dime. He got 100 bucks out of me, and I picked up a lot of awesome DVDs and Blu-rays for me and for the store. I was very happy with everything I picked up. However, I also left a lot of really cool stuff behind that I would have loved to have gotten my hands on, but again, I was tapped out. I could not go over 100, so I left a lot of stuff back at his house, and I was told that everything I did not pick up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was eventually getting donated, I think, to a church. So I was under the impression that, okay, whatever I didn't pick up is gone. I'm not going to get my hands on. It's going to get donated to a good cause, but I'm not getting it. So it is what it is. Gotta leave all that stuff behind. Well, before I headed down to Florida last week, I contacted my friend and said, hey, did you ever end up donating all those titles? And he said, no, he never got around to it. So I said, well, don't. Hold on to them. I'm coming back. So, Adriel and I took the hour-and-a-half drive out to Tampa and, once again, raided his collection that he was selling off. And at this point, I believe, got my hands on everything I wanted. I don't believe there's anything I left behind that I still wanted to get my hands on. Of course, with that being said, if I find myself back out in Tampa, I might have to dive into the collection again. But I do think I picked up everything I wanted, again, for me and for the store. This time, I only spent $50, but when you see this haul, you'll understand why that was such an amazing deal. 50 bucks for all this is just a steal. It's awesome, fantastic, and I have to say just a big, huge thanks to my friend AJ who was selling all this off. It was awesome. So let's see what it is I did pick up from my big $50 Blu-ray Tampa haul. First thing we're gonna take a look at are actually a small pile of DVDs, because I did pick a few DVDs up. These are all for the store. We have Yu Yu Hakusho, the movie, Poltergeist Report, awesome, I already have it. Star Wars Robot Chicken. Let's see, 4 seasons of Scrubs. We have season 4, 1, 3, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So awesome, the first 4 seasons of Scrubs, great series. Then we have, let's see, volumes 1, 2, 3... Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. So the first 5 volumes of Family Guy. Very awesome. Actually just sold a bunch of these on the stores, so picking some more up to basically restock. So that is awesome. And that's it for the DVDs. Everything else I have to show you is Blu-ray. It's 1080p. So let's first dive into what I did pick up here for the store. These are titles I already own on Blu-ray. So we have brand new factory sealed Super 8, great film. Also factory sealed Omega Man, love it. Some great Charlton Heston, basically I Am Omega, and what was the other movie? The one with Will Smith. What was that? That wasn't called I Am. What was that movie called? I Am Legend. Basically the same thing. Then we have The Ninth Gate, also factory. I have this. Do I have The Ninth Gate? Did I put that into the wrong pile? I gotta double check that. I don't know. The Ninth Gate, maybe for the store, maybe for me. I could swear I don't have this yet. I'll have to double check to make sure I didn't put this into the store pile when it's supposed to go into my pile. So The Ninth Gate, awesome. No Country for Old Men, factory sealed. Zombieland, oh my gosh, I love this movie. It is so good. They're doing a sequel, aren't they? I look forward to seeing that. Season 1 of True Blood, that's a cool pickup. Shaun of the Dead, I mean, one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm such a huge fan of the Cornetto trilogy. The Friday the 13th remake, reboots, not remake, not reboot. I don't know. Nobody seems to know what this movie is. It's okay. I enjoy it to some extent. Event Horizon, also factory sealed. Interview with the Vampire. Seasons 1 and 2 of The League. Season 2 still being factory sealed. Nice. Fight Club, brand new factory sealed with the slip. That is a really cool pickup right there. If I did not already have this, I would definitely be holding on to that. That's awesome. Great movie. The double feature of Clerks 2 and Zack and Miri. I guess this was sold at Walmart because it doesn't, no mention of making a porno there. But anyway, very cool. So two awesome Kevin Smith movies. That's great. The Expendables. I love these films. Also factory sealed. Cabin in the Woods. Oh my gosh, good horror movie. Even my wife liked this movie, and she does not like horror films. And also factory sealed, Gladiator. Check that out. The Sapphire series release. I got to double check and make sure that the special features on here are also in the special features. I think I have the Steelbook release. I got to double check on that because this has a lot of special features. I want to make sure my copy has special features too. But anyway, I believe for the store. So awesome find. But all right, now on to what I picked up for me. A nice big pile of blue here. I am loving this. And I believe all but maybe like one or two of these are upgrades. Basically for like the $1 a piece he was selling these for, I just couldn't pass them up. I was like, at $1 a piece, it's like going to Dollar Tree. I find a movie that might not be my favorite movie, but hey, if I can upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray for only $1, I'm gonna do that. So I had to jump on a lot of these. We have Spread, brand new factory sealed, which I hear is actually a good movie. I've never got around to watching this. I gotta check that movie out at some point. Scanner Darkly. The Strangers, which I'm really happy about because I have The Strangers on DVD, but I have the second Strangers movie, which I still haven't watched yet, on Blu-ray. So now I have them both on Blu-ray. And as you can see, I believe there was did he work at I want to say he worked at Blockbuster. I think that's what he told me. I forget his story. Or he rated Blockbuster. I think he worked at Blockbuster. That's why a lot of these come from Blockbuster. Vacancy, awesome. I really enjoy this movie as well. Sequel's not as good, but that's awesome. War Inc., Pride and Glory. This is cool. Major League. Oh my gosh, I love this movie. That's an awesome pickup there. Then we have Tekken Connect. What? This movie, which I do have on DVD. I have never watched it. It's some anime. I don't even know how you go about pronouncing the name of it, but I have it on Blu-ray now. This is interesting. I could swear I had this on Blu-ray already, but apparently I didn't. And that is Pacific Rim, brand new factory steel with the cool lenticular artwork. Apparently I had the first movie on DVD, but the second movie I have on Blu-ray. So now I have them both on Blu-ray. That's awesome. I gotta double check on that though. Maybe I have it. Do I have it in 3D? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I have this actually in 3D and I didn't realize. This might be for the store. This could possibly be going to the store. The cool lenticular artwork. If anybody's interested in that, keep in mind that might not be staying in my collection. Because the more I think about it, I may have Pacific Rim 3D in my collection. That's how I missed out on it. Anyway, then we have Walled In, which is actually new to me. I haven't seen this movie. I do not own this on any format, so that's awesome. Whiteout, The Uninvited, Paprika, very cool. Some more anime there. The Sky Crawlers, another movie I haven't got around to watching yet. Have it on DVD, but haven't seen it yet. And some more anime. The International, Collateral, good movie. This is also surprising. Cloverfield. Apparently, I did not yet have this on Blu-ray either, only on DVD. Again, I gotta double check on this stuff, because that just blows my mind that I would not have this on Blu-ray, but apparently I don't, so awesome. I do have 10 Cloverfield Lane on Blu-ray, which is the far superior movie. 500 Days of Summer, brand new factory sealed. I saw this movie in the theaters. I really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen it since. I gotta rewatch this one. Adventureland. I love this movie as well. That's awesome. This is cool. And is this rare? I want to say one of you guys told me this was like out of print or hard to find or something. I could be wrong. Fanboys, brand new factory sealed. So awesome. I don't know if it still is rare. I want to say maybe back when I first saw this back in September. Some of you guys are leaving comments saying like, "Whoa, that's kind of a rare title. You should have bought that." Is it still rare? If it ever was rare, I don't know. Anyway, very cool to have that on Blu-ray. That's awesome. Armageddon, I mean, classic in my opinion. I love that movie. The Last Samurai, both of these being all of these being factory sealed. If I didn't mention that. Gattaca, a movie I still have not yet watched either, and factory sealed. Knowing, actually, I like this movie. This movie got some guff, but I thought it was pretty decent, and I got to rewatch it again. It's been a while. And last but not least, brand new factory sealed, Orphan. Very cool. So there you go, guys. That is everything I picked up from this big $50 haul that my of titles that my friend was just getting rid of. Like I said, he was selling off a good chunk of his collection. He still kept a lot of stuff, but he basically just said, I'm going to keep what I really want, what I know I'm going to rewatch, and everything else I'm just like, I don't really care about, which blows my mind because there's some really good stuff in here. He decided to just get rid of. So that's why he was selling all this stuff off. Just, for him, he wanted quality over quantity, and I could understand that. So again, well, kind of. So anyway, a lot of awesome stuff. Again, big thanks to my friend AJ for hooking me up with all the awesome titles. I appreciate that. Adriel grabbed a few titles as well. Not too many. I think he picked up just like 2, but still, he grabbed a few things he wanted as well. So definitely awesome. And like I said, I believe at this point, I got my hands on everything I wanted from his collection, or at least that he was selling. Oh, there's still stuff in his collection I would like to get my hands on. But as far as what he was selling, I believe I got my hands on everything I wanted. But you never know. I could find myself back out in Tampa one day and diving through his Blu-rays and whatnot once again, maybe picking up some more stuff for the store. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that is it. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you're going to get one. Also, be sure to check down below for a link to Patreon where you can help support the show. The simple donation of $1 or more if you like really does help out, goes a long way, goes right back into these videos, and it does gain you early access on most of my videos as well. Also, check down below for a link to Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself many designs of Cinema Sickness t-shirts and hoodies and tank tops and hats and buttons and all kinds of really cool Cinema Sickness gear. Again, proceeds help out the show, and as always, most importantly, check down below for a link to the Cinema Sickness Retro Store where you can pick up all kinds of awesome media like movies, books, video games, music, retro toys, movie memorabilia, a good chunk of what you guys saw in today's video. All those DVDs and a lot of those Blu-rays are going to the store, so definitely keep your eye out for that. If there's anything you see that you want, contact me because it's going to be a while until I get around to listing all this stuff. So contact me ASAP and it's all yours. So anyway, guys, again, check down below for a link to the store because the store is the most important for the show. It is what keeps the show going. So again, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I guess with some non-Florida stuff. See you then. Bye. Hold on, guys. There's still one more thing I have to show you, and just like I said on Sunday when I was showing off the rest of my Florida pickups, I did mention that there was probably a good chance I was forgetting to show you something that I did get my hands on while I was in Florida, and sure enough, that was the case. Only one item, but it was a rather important item because this did come from some viewers, Mike and Kelly. I actually ended up meeting up with Mike because he wanted to purchase some items from the retro store. So we met up, he made his purchases, and then he actually had some gifts for me, which was really, really cool. He had a Disney enamel pin, so a legitimate actual Disney pin like I collect. He had one of those. It was Mickey proposing to Minnie. It was a pretty cool pin. And even though I am a collector of Disney pins, Adriel is a big-time collector of Disney pins. He is really into that. So I liked the pin. I thought it was cool. I definitely would have kept it for my collection, but Adriel, he really, really liked it. And I said, all right, man, you're the big time collector. You're totally into this pin. It's going to make you a lot happier than it's going to make me. I'm just going to put it on my board. You will actually, add this to your collection and love it and cherish it. So I said, we'll do a trade. He had a ton of pins to trade. So I actually did end up trading that pin to Adriel for a different pin. So it's in good hands. Adriel is loving that pin now. So it's definitely in a good home. However, there was another pin that I was not going to trade away. This was mine. This I was keeping. It's a Disney pin technically, but not an enamel pin. This, I guess you would say, is more of a button. Look at this 1982 Epcot center pin, and it literally says copyright 1982, which was the year Epcot opened and the year I was born, only I believe a couple days before my birthday, actually. So very cool. Epcot and I share like the same week of a birthday. So that is awesome. This pin is so cool. Epcot is my favorite park out of all 4 parks in Walt Disney World. I am obsessed with Epcot, and this pin is so amazingly cool. So I was blown away. This was neat. The enamel pin was great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. But when I saw this, I was just like, oh my God, I just cherished it. And I immediately put it into my bag, and that is why I forgot about it. So whoops, my bad. But yeah, this will be hanging up, I don't know, somewhere or put on the something, or I don't know. This is such a cool pin. I got to do something with this. So Mike and Kelly, thank you very much for this amazing Epcot Center pin. This is something I will definitely cherish, as again, I am a huge fan of Epcot, and especially like vintage Epcot Center stuff. I love it. So this is really cool. Thank you so much for not only making some purchases and helping out me and the store, but also for the awesome goodies as well. Again, I really appreciated them. So again, Mike and Kelly, thank you so much.